about it, but I never had the intention to start it. Since I watched your video in the beginning, I start subscribe to your channel in the beginning of this year, around January, February. And I was very pleased with your video, and mostly I understand your English very well. Now I feel after these 5 months, after watching all your videos, I feel like I can do it. I haven't started yet, but I feel I can do the dropshipping.
That is good.
Yeah, I feel I can and get to start with that. But before I start with it, I wanted to have you as a mentor.
Yeah, I am happy to. I don't do any counseling or like paid mentorship, but I will
Yeah.
always do these calls as long as it's okay for me to publish it to my YouTube channel. And you can ask me anything and I will give advice. In your case, because you are in a country that's not as common, I strongly encourage you to use Facebook to try and find more dropshippers who dropship from overseas, because there are more complications, as I'd imagine you are aware,
Yes.
when you are dropshipping overseas versus from the US.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. The difficulty is the things that I don't know where to start from the beginning when I need to choose a specific software. Like you always said, there's not there aren't the best software yet, but it depends on the needs of the person, what fits best for them. And I just watched your last video about the exchange list on SKUgrid.
Uh-huh.
And the problem that dropshippers are having with API eBay.
That so far it has just been SKUgrid. As far as I know, other dropshipping programs are not problematic.
Okay, and also I followed almost all the video when you were talking with Liar, I
Liar?
can say.
Uh-huh. From
Yeah.
AutoDS.
And on AutoDS, and I see that AutoDS is a very suitable software for even a beginner. And also I watched the video on the channel on AutoDS on YouTube, and I watch almost every step of the software, and I think I can deal with this software.
It can definitely be easier for overseas people. To pick the software that you want to use, it would make sense for you to first decide what source you want to use, whether you will be like selling in the US or maybe in the UK. For many overseas people, it is easier to make UK company than it is to make USA company. So you can make UK company and sell in UK market instead. Sometimes that is a good option, but ultimately you need to figure out where you will be getting the items from. So maybe you will use AliExpress or the good thing about Chinese products is that as foreigner, you can pay for them. It's easy. They accept international credit card usually. But if you are using Walmart or like Amazon US, it's harder because you have to use gift cards. So if you use a Chinese source, maybe it will be easier. It is a bit more risky, but you are overseas, so it's more risky anyway.
Yes. Yes, I wanted to know about what to say. I wanted to start, but to give it some time to try to build an income from it. Not a big amount from the beginning, just to see what's working and what's not working, so that I can progressively. I'm not in a rush. Progressively to start seeing a small amount of income, about a small income coming from it, like $50. Like even, do you think if I use AliExpress with eBay, can I achieve from the beginning, like in a 3 months, a $50 amount in revenue? Do you think it's possible?
You mean per month or per day?
Per day.
Per day? It's possible. It's not typical. But if you tried hard and you did the right research and you were thinking a lot, then yes, you could do that. The most important thing is virtual assistants. You do not want to be posting items yourself. You want to be paying other people to do that work for you. I think nowadays you should start with virtual assistants, even if you don't know much about dropshipping. Virtual assistants, it is, if you have a good VA team, you can do many, 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 many things, even not just dropshipping, tons and tons of things to earn you money. So getting a team of virtual assistants is very, 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 very important, and is something many people are scared of. But if you can afford $50 to $100 a month, then you can afford a VA for an hour or two a day. So, and you can make them do tasks that bring you that money. It is investment, not like cost. Yeah. So I would strongly encourage you, if you want to be making that much money within 3 or 4 months, it's very important that you focus on training virtual assistants. That is going to really help.
And for the virtual assistant, do I need to hire it in the same region where I'm getting the source?
No, it doesn't matter. What you want a virtual assistant, this is the ideal virtual assistant, is a college student in a country such as Nicaragua or the Philippines, or I don't know what the cost of living where you are is, but if you could rent a house for $200 a month, you want to hire a VA from that place, because the money that you pay them is like you are paying them 3 or 4 times as much money, because it goes so much further. In Nicaragua, for example, when I lived there, you can live well off $600, $700 a month. You have to budget, but you can live well. Whereas in the United States, that is just your rent. Nothing else.
Okay. The tax is very high there.
Yeah.
Okay. For us in Mauritius, the taxes are very very low. 15%. 15% only, and most foreigners come to Mauritius to escape from taxes, because it's a tourist. You can Google it. It's a tourist attraction place, and it is also a platform where investors come and try to escape from their tax.
Can you tell me the name again? How do I spell it?
Mauritius.
MAU RICES?
MAU or ITIUS?
CI. Ah, cool. I'm looking at it on a map so the people can see. Here we go.
Okay.
Known for beaches. Oh, wow. Very pretty beaches.
Yes.
How do you say Mauritius? Mauritius? How do I say?
Mauritius. Yes.
I learned a new thing today. I had never heard of this country before. Every day there is new things to learn.
I'm pleased that I'm the first Mauritian to talk to you.
You are. So what is the cost of living like where you are? Like for rent, for example, how much is
So
rent in?
for rent, it's about $300.
Hmm.
Sometimes it depends. Sometimes less. Sometimes more. I'm telling about the average.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
imagine if you are overlooking ocean, maybe more expensive than, in middle of jungle.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Mhm. Uh, and Mauritius. I think this information will be useful for you. Mauritius in the Indian Ocean is like a hub. It's There's a lot of Chinese products that come to Mauritius, then forward to Africa.
Huh.
Africa is linked. Africa is linked to Mauritius via the Chinese import and export.
It's used as a base there
Yeah,
for
it's
the
used
shipping.
as a, yes, for the shipment of goods. That I think it's called the transit
Uh-huh.
of the goods.
Transit, see?
Yeah, yeah. Also many people from Africa come here and they buy things that are cheap instead of going to China.
Yeah, it's much closer.
Much closer, yes. And also it's easier for them to communicate because we also speak English and both English and French. Yeah.
It's so good to have multiple languages. It's very good for the brain. I wish in America there were. Now it's kind of like that with Spanish. Many people here speak
Yeah.
Spanish, but
Okay.
unfortunately, not many of the local people speak Spanish. And I wish that,
Mhm.
like in Europe, almost all people speak 2 or 3 languages because you are
Yes. Yeah.
surrounded by other culture. But in America, the people will study a little bit of language in school, but not many people learn full language.
Mhm. I would like to ask you something about AutoDS.
Okay.
For someone that is willing to start with a small budget, uh, and when like you said, I need to hire a virtual assistant. What type of jobs I will need to handle to the virtual assistant to help me? In what part? In the
So
listing?
first, yes, just listing. You do not want the virtual assistant to be doing anything else but just making listings. What you will focus on is a document, a Google Sheet document, and you put a list of URLs of items into this document. And then the virtual assistant will go through the list that you have made and post the items to your account. And this is important because it's the most tedious part. You want to train the virtual assistant to do the tedious part so that you can think and use your mind and not get overwhelmed by the monotony. Because if you try to post items every day, maybe you can do for a couple months, but after like 6 or 7 months, it gets very, very boring. Um,
Okay.
and maybe you are not as good at finding items because you spend so much time trying to post them. It's better to learn how to find good items and then have other people post the items.
So I would like to ask you: is it good if I use AliExpress with eBay? I find the item I need. I copy the URL in a list. Then I hire a VA, virtual assistant, uh, to list the item for me.
Uh huh.
Do I need to? How do we say that? Uh, I need to select the item first myself.
No, you do not need to. You need to
No?
just do research so that you know what items to pick.
Or
But with AliExpress, if you are using Chinese sources, you have to be careful because there are more counterfeit products, and eBay does not like counterfeit products. If you sell counterfeit products by accident, you can lose your eBay account. So just be careful. Also, make sure you state the long shipping times. It's okay on eBay if the item takes 2 weeks to arrive. The problem is if buyer thinks it will come in 1 week, then it comes in 2 weeks. That is problem. You have to make sure that the buyer thinks 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks, and it comes in 2 weeks. It's important to overstate so you give yourself more time, if that makes sense.
Okay, I understand this part. Also, I was watching when someone need to use AliExpress, they need to choose the e-packet so that the item can come faster to the client.
Yeah, e-packet gives you a tracking number.
Okay.
So you can keep track of if the package is lost or something like that. Whereas many other sources are just shipped. And you know,
yes,
well, it was in China. It's on the way from China. That's all I know.
you have to wait and it never comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. And this is I know the risk part about AliExpress that item may take a long time, and if I'm targeting, yes, there's a question I would like to ask you. I have an eBay that I have opened since 2008. I have 100% feedback on it. I also yes, my feedback is 100% on it. But the eBay is eBay.com. So is eBay.com for the US?
Yes.
Is that for, it's for the US? Do you think I need to start a fresh one separately?
It's up to you. You can use the US account. The problem is it's much easier if you have a US company or US identity. Maybe you have cousin or family member in United States. If you have a social security number or something similar, then it makes things much easier, because the problem is that eBay or PayPal will see that you are from overseas, and maybe they will think that the account is fraudulent or fake. So they will flag the account, and then you have to prove your information. But if you are a foreigner, then it's much, much harder. So you want to be using US information. It makes it much, much easier. Also, if you have US information, maybe you can get US banking account, and then you can place orders from United States sources. So it depends. It depends what you are trying to do. Really, you must focus on just doing the work. You will learn, and you must. It is not about if it is possible to earn money. It is possible. It is just a matter of meeting the right people and trying the right things. It is doable. Absolutely. There are many, many people. So as long as you keep trying and you don't give up and you keep open mind, then you will be okay.
This is where my problem is. I don't know if I need to start in, like I just said, in a new account and use a new identity from the US, and all this I don't know how to how do we say that, to join the dots about these.
Yeah. Maybe then what is best is for you to just use the account, and then honestly for me, I don't do something until I have to. So I would use the account and then maybe get in trouble, and then I would have to learn how to find how to make a new account. And it's all possible. It's just a matter of doing it.
Okay. But I will prefer to keep my account, the first one, on the safe side, because I have a good reputation. It's 100% feedback on it. I have already tried to sell, in the early days of cryptocurrency.
Uh-huh.
I have tried to sell some bitcoins on eBay.
Well,
Before before eBay, uh, how to say that?
Bandit.
Yes, before eBay stopped people from doing this type
Yeah, now you
of
cannot sell digital currency on eBay.
yes. Since the beginning, I knew about the Bitcoin. I learned a lot about the cryptocurrency, but
Oh wait,
I
so
have
you have cryptocurrency?
yes I
Cool.
understand. I
This will
have
make things
some.
easier for you. There are ways that you can use cryptocurrency to get gift cards. You can even buy accounts using cryptocurrency. It's possible to get US Amazon account.
Mhm.
So you can buy an Amazon account with $1,000 of gift card value, and in someone else's name, it comes with Gmail account, and it costs $900. So you
Okay.
get 10% cheaper. You get account for free, and you can place orders. They do not come with Prime, so you have to pay for Prime. But if you have experience with cryptocurrency, you have advantage.
Okay. And also there was one video I was watching. You have posted on YouTube. It was a UK account. What I have heard you say is, if you have a US account, it's like there's limitation for you when you have to list. There's in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And UK, like if I heard you right, UK, when someone opens an account, they don't have any limitation in the beginning.
So
It's like,
no, in the beginning there is limitation. The difference is that in eBay UK, when you pay for Anchor Store, you get unlimited listings. Whereas in eBay US, when you pay for Anchor Store, you pay 5 cents per listing. So the way that I dropship is way, 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 way more profitable in eBay UK versus in
yeah,
US. Like, to give you some numbers, I pay $3,000 to have 100,000 items. In eBay UK, it would cost £350. So even with the same sales, it would make $2,500 more per month, just because eBay UK is cheaper. But that is unique to bulk, and bulk is not. You should focus on optimization. You can use bulk as a tool, but it is much more complex than optimization. You want to scale through virtual assistants and using product research or sniping.
yes. And so if I choose to have, I can choose to open an account on UK. So I need to have someone there to open it for me.
No, I do not know exactly how to do this, but I can. If you send me a message after this, and
Yeah.
there is a YouTuber who I did conversation with, and he has videos showing how to make UK business entity. So you do not need to have somebody there. You pay a service, and then they make a business in the UK with address and everything. And then you use that business to get the ordering accounts.
Okay. And I have one cousin in UK. Do you think I can ask him to open an eBay account for
It's
me? Is
possible.
this
Yeah, maybe it will be easier that way.
and do you know all the details I need to give? All the details for the person in the UK need to give.
Unfortunately,
Uh,
I do not know, but that other YouTuber who is in
mhm.
the video, he knows.
Okay.
So he is new, so he is trying to reach out to people. So if you get in touch with him, I think he will tell you.
Yes, I will, please. I will. I need to send you a message after the conversation about that.
Yes, that sounds good.
Okay. Okay. And for you, what do you think? UK or US? For me, as someone that wants to start. From a low budget, someone that wants to just give it a try and to see the progression of it.
So you can do either. There are two main differences with UK and US. The UK has less traffic, so there are less people buying from UK market. However, it's also much less competition. So there is less traffic, but there is also less competition. So it can be easier to get certain things to sell, especially if you understand England and English culture and that kind of thing. For you, the best decision is whatever is easiest to make the account for. So if it is easier for you to get US identity, that kind of thing, make US company, if that is easier, then you should do that. But maybe it's easier for you to do that in England, in the UK, especially if you have cousin. If he has citizenship, then it's probably much easier to do that in the UK.
So the person there needs to give their address, their name, information to open a normal eBay account, just like that.
Normally, yeah. You would, if you make business in England, then you can pay services so that you do not need to know a person. But because you know person, that will be useful, especially if they are willing to help you.
Okay.
I cannot say exactly how it will be useful, but it probably will be good.
So I can ask someone like my cousin to open an eBay for me, and also the same open a PayPal for me under their name and their addresses.
Yeah, it's possible. You can do that, or you could do the business. There are many different options. It's good to talk to other people who have done it before, because if you have not done it yet, it will always seem scary and confusing and hard. But when you talk to someone who has done it many times, they are just like, boop, 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 done. It's easy.
Yes. They know all the step without any scary result.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do you think AutoDS is good for, like I have watched one of your video, like AutoDS is giving 30-day trial for $1 for beginners to understand the software and give it a try. Is it still how do we say that?
Yeah, it's still active.
Is a $1 offer still active? Yes.
And so you could just cancel after like 29 days, and so then you would just pay $1 if you did not like it.
And in the video, did you send a link like your affiliate link that I can join to get the $1?
Yeah, they are in. All the affiliate links are in the descriptions of every video. So normally, the first links I will put, like if I am doing video about a software, I will put top link in description. But in all videos, you can click see more and then see all of the software.
Yes, I have seen that. So the one where you are talking about the $1, I can join through that, and it will be $1 for me.
That is not it's not something that is special for my link. That is something that all of AutoDS is offering now. It's $1 30-day trial.
Okay. These little things, when I watch all your videos, that encourage me to give it a start. And also, you have, and how do you say that? You have a supportive way of telling it to the people, to your YouTubers. You have a special way of telling it, like encouraging your viewers to give it a try. That's what I
Encouragement is
like.
important.
Yes, that's what I like from you. It's like, go ahead, give it a try.
That
It's
is good.
very it's very pleased. Like some YouTuber, when you watch their video, it's like you don't get the full idea of what's happening. But in your video, I see that you honestly share what you are doing at the moment.
I try my best. Some people do not think that way, though. You know, there are
Uh,
always some people who will hate, and that's just how it is. So
yes,
there are. Do you have like pencil and paper or somewhere to write something on
yes.
computer maybe?
Give me
Yeah,
one
that's
minute.
that's fine. There are some websites I want you to look at.
Okay, give me one minute. I'm back.
Awesome.
Yes. What should I write?
Okay, so you must expose yourself to a lot of the different product research and sniping tools that are available, because what is important that you learn is how to find items to post that are more likely to sell than random items. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I will give you some websites. Each
Okay.
one does similar things, and you can try them out and explore and look up and research online. Okay?
Okay.
So the
Okay.
first one is
Yes.
chili-hunter.com. So that's
Chili. Chili
CHILI
dash under.
dash HUNTER.
Yes, I got it. .com.
Okay? Yep. And then another one is Sniper Pop.
SNIPER.
SniperPop.com.
POP is like pop.
Sniper Pop.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
another one is ZikAnalytics.
Zik. Can you spell it?
Yeah, ZIK.
ZIK.
And then analytics. So 1 second.
Analytics, I know.
Okay, cool. And so these are just 3 examples. There are some more, but if you understand these 3, each of them allows you to do product research and sniping. So sniping is when you find an eBay seller's username and you find like 10 or 20 different usernames, and then you put them into a tool. The tool scans their store to see what they have sold, and then it tells you what has sold. So you can post items that other people have already sold, so you know that they are more likely to sell. And you can also use these tools to do market research, to understand, okay, in July, what is best to sell? In September, what is best to sell? What are other people selling? What is missing, etc., etc. If you can learn to use these tools properly, then you will earn more money dropshipping. Using these tools properly and virtual assistants, Those are the two important parts for you to run profitable dropshipping business.
Okay. Thank you for these links. And I would like to also ask you, in one of your early videos this year, when you were talking about what range of prices when someone is starting to dropship, don't choose high priced item, because if something goes wrong, so you will mess up your budget.
Your cash flow.
Yes, yes. You will lose on your investment since early. Isn't that?
Yeah,
If you
so
choose on a low item like $1, $2, $3, so you can know which item is selling more, and you can what? You can make more profit from small item like 50% profit margin,
yeah,
like
it's
things like
possible.
that.
It's so it is easier to earn more money from the bigger sales, maybe $200, $300, $400 items. The problem is that early on, unless you have many sales, if there is return, it will mess everything up. So when you start, you should use items that cost less than $35, just because then if something goes wrong, it's not the end of the world. And then once
Yes,
you have gotten experience and once your store is bigger, then you should use more expensive items, because there is more money to be made on expensive items. But it's also more risk. So you have to make sure that you are ready to handle the risk.
yes. Okay. Also, do you think smaller items sells more than high price item?
Sort
Is it
of.
like
It's
sort
complicated.
of?
Um,
Yeah.
most sales that happen on the internet cost between $5 and $30. It's the
Okay.
majority, maybe like 70% of all online
Yeah.
sales are that
Mm-hmm.
cheap. Okay, most of the time that people spend money, they are not going to spend $100, $200. They spend a little
Okay.
bit. So
Okay.
this is where there are the most items in this price range, and also where there are the most customers.
Okay.
However, because it's less risky, it's also much more competitive. So
Yes.
there are less people buying more expensive items, but there are often also less people selling the expensive items.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's kind of like in UK. There is less competition, but also less traffic. So it is not that simple. You have to understand both forces.
Okay. Okay. And yes, that answers pretty much everything I had in mind. Uh, so, what I can ask you? Yes, pretty much. I have asked you everything that I am willing to before I give it a try. So I can start to try it with AutoDS. I can open an account in the UK, have also a PayPal account from there. Also, how you will send? You told me you will send me more information about the VA.
Yeah, so I will send you a link to the other YouTuber who knows how to set
Yeah.
things up in the UK. And
Okay.
for virtual assistants, I will do a video soon about how to find them. Um, it's best if you supply some kind of contact information. So right now, actually, because there are people listening to this, if you are willing to share email address, then I can put
Mhm.
this in the bottom in the description, and in the title I will say that you are looking for a virtual assistant, and maybe you will find one that way, maybe not. Who knows?
Okay. Yes, I can give you my mail. Yes.
Okay, cool. I will put it in. I will end the video, and then if you just message me the contact email, then I will put it in the video, and I will also share the YouTube channel with you. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Last thing I would like to ask you, during the time I'm going to settle my account, etc., looking for someone to create an eBay account for me, PayPal, etc. If I have in the future, if I have any difficulty, can I contact you the same way through Calendly?
Yeah, so it's one thing to understand is you can always set up appointment through Calendly, and I will talk about anything, but anything made through Calendly gets published to YouTube. So as long as that is okay, then you can use as much as you want.
Okay, and if I want to talk to you something outside of your recorded video, I can send you a message through Skype.
Yeah, you should IM me or send me an email.
Okay.
It depends. I usually do not do video unless it is being recorded, because then other people can learn from it. So it's very beneficial. Whereas if I am doing video and it's only for one person, it's not as interesting to me because I cannot publish it. So
you said you like to send content to your subscriber. Yes, I know that.
All right. So I actually have the next call in like 5 minutes. So it was very good to talk with you, Sayed.
Okay. Thank you, Jack, for all the information, and keep it up with the channel. Very interesting, and see you soon.
Sounds good, man.
Bye.
Ciao.
Yeah.